A true legend in the sport of MMA, Travis Fulton is a gladiator amongst soldiers, a shark in a fishbowl, both the hammer and the nail. But most importantly, Travis is a gladiator who has gone to battle a total of 320 times in his MMA career. Between his 143 submissions, 104 knockouts, and only 8 decisions, Travis is the most experienced MMA fighter in history. But why do so many people not know of Travis? Who and where is he fighting? And what is his story? Travis was born May 29th, 1977 in Waterloo, Iowa to father Leonidas I and mother Gorgo. Travis's father would struggle to maintain a job throughout his early childhood, leaving both him and his mother stuck in deep, deep poverty for most of his upbringing. From really having food on the table to struggling to keep running water and electricity in the house, Travis's problems would not end there. In school, Travis was subjected to deep and thorough bullying on a daily basis. He was pushed to a point where most children and adults should never be pushed to. One day, Travis began plotting the murder of not only his his tormentors, and also himself. Luckily, the success he began to gain through sports would bring him popularity in school. This popularity began to ease his pain and his day-to-day struggles, and would begin to give him hope. Sports gave him an opportunity to see himself in the future and having success, something he had never seen before in his life. With wrestling being Travis's foundation from the early age of 3 and picking up basketball quickly after, Travis was building the best foundation for MMA possible without even knowing it. Yes, I know what you're thinking right there. I do think wrestling is the best foundation for MMA. And no, buddy, I don't give one fuck about the karate black belt that your mom Cindy got for you by paying $500 a month and a quick sucky in the master's office every Thursday for you to have. And honestly, quite frankly, I think Travis's basketball experience is even better than some karate bullshit black belt. Like, let's be honest. What did Lyoto Machida's karate black belt do for him versus John Jones, huh? What's that? Nothing. His ass got put right to sleep. But you know who did beat John Jones? A collegiate athlete in Dominic Reyes. Enough said. Anyways, Travis would continue expanding his combat arsenal by picking up boxing and even earning a second-degree black belt in something called Kenpo. And don't worry, I didn't have one fucking clue as to what Kenpo was either. But after some quick investigation, it looks like it's about one step away from Aikido. Don't believe me? Take a look for yourself. No. Pretty much Aikido, right? Regardless of this, it would be at the age of 18 when Travis would find his true love and passion for the sport of MMA. You see, it all began on a hollow Saturday evening when Travis finally binge watching Game of Thrones for the 4th week in a row. After he dusted off all that Cheeto dust from his belly, he got up and heard the loudest clap of his life. It was the sound of his stomach clapping against his abdomen. Travis was tormented. You see, he knew he needed to make a change, but didn't exactly know how. So he did the only thing that he knew how to do. He got up and stormed right to his local bar and was going to drown his sorrows in alcohol and dollar beers. However, during that night, he saw something he had never seen before. On the TV was playing The Ultimate Fighting Championship 3. He was instantly in love. He instantly wanted to showcase the world his talents of not only wrestling and boxing, but his second-degree Kenpo black belt as well. Shortly after, he would sign up at Militich Fighting Systems, led by none other than Pat Militich, and would mark his beginning in his MMA career. Travis would make his professional debut in 1996. Just to put that into context, Macy Barber and Edmund Shabazian weren't even born yet. Cub Swanson had no tattoos, and John Jones had not a single picogram in his system. I know, that's a tough one to believe. I get it. I couldn't believe it either. Anyways, Travis would actually have a rough start to his MMA career, going just 4-4 in his first 8 bouts. But clearly, that would not stop Travis, as he would continue fighting with 3 fights in his first year, 23 in his second year, and 41 fights in his third year of fighting. I mean, I don't mean to call her out, but Thug Rose Namajunas, over her 7-year career, has only accumulated 12 professional fights. I mean, clearly what Travis was doing was unheard of. To make things even more impressive, Travis fought back-to-back times in a single night 22 times in his career, and would even fight 3 times in one night on 8 occasions in his UFC career. I mean, this included mostly people we've never heard of, although I did want to find this gem that I found of Travis. I mean, what can you say about that? What? Some of these promotions in which Travis was fighting in include Extreme Challenge, Ultimate Enticer, Iowa Extreme R&B, and Hook and Shot? Is that right, Tony? Hook and Shot? Alright. Anyways, I won't even get into these poor men that lost into under 2 minutes to Travis. You know, they now work as plumbers or accountants, have a 1 divorce in the book, and a little bit of CTE and 3 kids. I mean, we'll leave those poor guys on the Wikipedia page and won't call them out. Although I did want to point out that Travis did fight some people with some names. These include Jeremy Horn 3 times, went to a draw twice, but also lost once. Lost to Dan Severn, lost to Forrest Griffin, actually beat Joe Riggs, lost to our boy Big Ben, lost to Arlovsky, and lost to Sergey Spivak. And also, almost forgot, lost to Rich Franklin and Forrest Griffin. Sorry, almost forgot about that. But this was kind of serve as a theme of Travis's career. You know, he was able to beat up cans on the local circuit, but when it came to the big fights, Travis just seemed to always fall short. Although, to his credit, I did want to point out a significant achievement that Travis accomplished within his MMA career. You see, Travis went on a streak of 104 wins and only 4 losses in a point in his career. I mean, come on, Habib, you got nothing on our boy Travis. And I know I mentioned I didn't want to call out any of these, these plumbers or accountants that are getting the shit beat out of them by Travis. But listen, Brian Robinson, Rory Przak, and Dan Wheatley, you give me absolutely no choice. Between these 3 gentlemen, Travis fought them a total of 21 times and lost a grand total of 0 times. In the case of Rory lost... Whoa! The reflexes on the kid there. Rory lost to Travis a total of only 4 times within the span of a year, of which 3 were by submission. But don't worry, it gets much, much worse. Dan Wheatley, I'm talking to you, buddy. You lost to Travis 3 times within the span of only 1 month, 2 of which were by head kick KO, and the last one by submission to punches. You would then go on to continue to fight Travis 4 more times, 2 of which were by KO again, and another 2 which were by submission. I mean, guys, honestly, I think we need to give all 3 of these boys the Joe Rogan, Brendan Schaub treatment, because, come on, let's be honest here. Do you guys not have a single person in your lives who cares enough to you to sit you down and say, hey, maybe find the guy who put your ass to sleep 6 times and took your lunch money isn't a good idea? Anyways, to wrap things up and answer the original questions at hand, the reason that you probably may have never heard of Travis was because he wasn't really able to make it to the big leagues. I know if you really do know Travis, I didn't mention the 2-fight stint that he had in the UFC early on in his career. But I didn't mention it because it wasn't anything substantial. He was never able to string together good consecutive wins when they really mattered. And that's what it really comes down to. And as for who he fought just about anybody and everybody. From UFC Hall of Famers to local bus drivers and teachers, Travis fought them all. And he should be respected for that. Anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. Jacob Lewis and Barack Ryan Hall, shout out to you guys if you made it this far. See ya.